Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Like, that's good.
Ooh.
I'm getting feedback from someone's end.
I don't think it was mine.
That
Lena?
was me. I am so sorry.
Adam. This was going to be a flawless episode if it wasn't.
Yeah,
for
we
that.
got so far into it, like 30 seconds,
man.
and I fucked it up.
It's like baseball.
We were
Sometimes it's
so
just better to, have the dream of the perfect game die early. Helps keep you focused.
Lena playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbreaker.
Hi.
And Jay playing the Drow Elf Druid Vamaris. Hey guys.
Hey, Jay.
Did that sound at all like Jay? Because
No.
Not really.
Oh, okay. So So Vamaris, I'm afraid, is indisposed at the moment. He's
Jay
in
is
the
indisposed
bathroom.
at the moment, and Vamaris
Jay
probably
is.
will be too.
Yeah. No, Jay is in the bathroom having tummy troubles.
That's not
So-
true. Don't.
It could
I can say what I want. He's not here for the stream. But who knows? He might join us later. Until then, Vamaris is will be played by yours truly this evening, the understudy. It's me. Great. Also, we're not planning to play next weekend. But we might do a little bit of a video game stream or something like that. We're just not going to do D&D next weekend. And then after that will be, I believe, kind of on Saturday schedules again for the foreseeable future.
Andy,
Also, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have an announcement.
Oh, Adam, good. I'm glad that you told me about the announcement right now instead of in the pre.
Well, I just found out about it on Twitter. So it's like just a new thing. I couldn't have told you before.
Yeah,
I didn't know about it. I am at the Association of Writers and Writing Programs Conference in Portland right now. And at the book fair today, Plays in Verse, the publisher of my book, just sold out of my book.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Isn't that sweet?
Congrats, man.
That is amazing.
Thank you very much. And as a reminder, that book is called The Last Thing I'll Ever Write, Part 1, and you can purchase it anywhere. Well, not really anywhere, but like online if you look for
I'm
it.
desperately swiping my credit card in the air around me, attempting to purchase this book.
Yeah,
No, not so far.
yeah, keep trying. Sometimes it might be your card.
Yeah, did you slide it in? It might be the chip.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I just ruined a monitor.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but that was an exciting little tweet to see.
Perfect. No, perfect. Yeah, no, Adam is doing amazing things. The world is getting some vitamin A. You know what I'm saying?
Gross.
Like
I just have an announcement.
Accurate, right?
Just bear with us, everybody. It's gonna be an interesting evening.
It's one of those nights. Someone gave Andy caffeine.
Oh God, help us out.
Also, we're affiliate, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you can get Twitch Prime for free when you link those accounts. It's super easy to do, and we would be really honored to be one of those free subscriptions if you wanted to. Any other sort of announcements from anyone? Lena, what do you got going on in your life?
I'm just very busy with school.
Okay, cool.
That is the worst announcement I've ever heard.
I was put on the spot. I'm sorry I don't do improv like you, Adam.
You've listened to some of the back episodes. You've heard early Goats and Dragons Andy announcements. That is not the worst announcement you've ever heard.
Certainly not the worst announcement.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless we're going with like hearing as perception, not sensation, and you just blanked those all out.
That's true too. So anyway, with that, let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. That's right, slightly different music.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it. Okay, there it is.
That's not my fault.
I could hear it the whole time.
Hey, this is our...
Yeah.
Great. So for the podcast episode, people are going to have to listen to this twice.
Or editing.
I'm not going to do that.
It's just making more work for Adam.
Oh my god.
It's a good song.
Beer.
All right. Previously on Goats and Dragons. The party talked Burbage out of the Goholnian army, but probably enlisted Meepus into it. And Charity and Stormbringer were healed of curses, the Rakshasas and a vampiric one, respectively, by a kind old man with a fat beagle. The family then snuck out of the camp and onto the road east, making their way along the winding cliffs of the Bovalian Mountains. And bracing against the cold winds and snows, the party settled in into a cave for the night, looking down on the Emerald Falls encampment in the valley. That night, Vamaris and Burbage witnessed some voices and strangers on the road who seemed to be interested in the party's path down to the hidden cave. However, before they could do or say anything about it, they got caught up in a bit of whoopsie-berry drama. The next morning, the entire entrance to the small cavern was covered in doom lilies, and snow was gently falling on only the flowers. Vamaris blew away a swath of them, making doom lilies rain down on the encampment miles below. And a few days pass on the road through the mountains. The group passed several pilgrims heading toward the falls and a horse and a carriage that looked quite familiar. Upon closer inspection, they found Lord Braywalt had become entirely a wooden statue. Then they set the horse free and burned the statue and carriage. Later on the road, a band of Goliaths caught up to the party. They seem to have been hunting them for quite some time. The leader of this band, Mountain Splitter, appears to be the half-sister of Stormbringer, who herself is slowly coaxed out from hiding under her hood. Apparently, there had been a coup in the structure of the Goliath hierarchy, and a relative peace through unification had been threatened unless Stormbringer returns to take back her mother's throne. Others, however, including a former lover, Dawnbreaker, knows the threat that Stormbringer poses to the new clan in charge. And so Stormbringer is being hunted. Add it to the list, am I right? Burbage. But it looks like the path the family took to the falls was the correct one, and they seem to have avoided Dawnbreaker entirely. If Mountain Splitter cannot persuade her sister to return to the Goliath tribe, then she will help her on her own path with her new family. The small band of Goliath riders now escort the family quickly toward Clifmil. Soon, the family has made their way out of the mountains and into Bovalia proper. The countryside has far fewer trees than Goholnia, though its gently rolling hills are lush with green grasses and shrubs. Sheep and cattle roam the countryside, being watched over by young shepherds and large dogs. Even in this climate, the Goliaths are adept at finding food, water, and shelter, though they certainly make an impression on whomever they pass. The party makes amazing time rolling like thunder down the mountains toward the small coastal town of Clifmil. One night, in celebration of Roburn's glorious life and brief demise, the party drank quite a lot. Especially Vamaris, who had intended to turn into a cat, but instead turned into a chicken who thinks he's a cat. He seems to still be tipsy as the chicken now wanders around the camp, tripping over things every once in a while. What would the party like to do? You are still a day or two out from Clifmil, making really good time with the Goliath riders.
Is there like an open campfire in the camp?
There is.
Charity's gonna walk forward, scoop up chicken cat Vamaris, and kind of try to perch the bird on Charity's shoulder.
He purrs.
That's extremely disquieting. Okay, but at least you're not gonna wander into a fire. How does Burbage seemed?
How does Burbage seem?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. So is this the morning after the Roburn memorial service?
Sure, yeah. Everyone seems a bit hungover, including the Goliaths.
That's interesting. I feel like Burbage, even during the celebration the night before, has been acting pretty strange, I would say, and a new kind of strange, maybe. I think what I'll say is, and I hope this is okay with you, Andy. I think that Burbage insisted on not drinking around everybody, and and made like a really big deal out of like not having to drink, and like, I'm great, I'll be the designated sober person. That being said, he has definitely been acting like shifty all night, and like has been kind of, if anybody was watching him, he's been like kind of going off on his own every once in a while, and coming back like really happy, like just really like cheerful, and that like maybe peaks and valleys like that, like then like sitting by the fire for a while and then getting like maybe kind of agitated and depressed, and then going off, and when he comes back he's all cheerful again. That probably happened a handful of times over the course of the night. So
I feel like Charity, with now chicken cat Vamaris up on his shoulder, is gonna kind of come over and sit down next to Burbage and like, how you doing, buddy?
good morning, Charity. I'm doing fantastic. How are you? Is it morning? I guess
Charity is going to look at the, I assume, somewhat evident daylight. Yes, it's morning.
Right, yeah. I didn't know if maybe we'd slept in a bit, after last night.
Yeah.
But I guess, with the way these Goliaths drink and keep down their alcohol, we're really riding at a fast pace right now.
They all weigh like over 300 pounds. It makes sense that... Oh god, my head. You seem a little...
Great?
Up and down. Well, that would be the up, yes, but also down sometimes. And I just wanted to see how you were doing.
Downs? I don't know what you're talking about, man. Aside from the fact that life itself tends to be, comprised of a series of alternating ups and downs. if you envisioned it as some kind of gigantic contraption that you could ride on in some kind of cart, you could say that sometimes the cart is going up, 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 and then suddenly it can go down, 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 and then it might go around a corner and bend, and then goes up, 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 up some more, and then down really fast. I call this the up and down contraption.
That sounds like something.
Sometimes.
That sounds like an idea you should have pitched to Willifred Woe.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's a good idea. But my point is, though, that life can be a real up and down contraption sometimes.
It's really hard to like continue with the somewhat serious line of thought that I've had in my head when I'm now dealing with this like D&D focused description of a roller coaster. And I'm like, it seems to me that you've the peaks and valleys of this strange, perhaps Farnival-centric machine that you describe have been a lot closer together since the falls?
I mean, maybe. I guess. I don't know. Life is just life, man. Yeah, the falls, right? That was interesting. I guess, it's kind of interesting that I wanted to forget something, and then I did, and it kind of feels a lot better, but in other ways, it kind of doesn't. That's kind of interesting, right?
Bitch, do you remember our argument in Federo?
Yeah, I think.
Wait,
we had multiple arguments. Which one are you referring to?
I know what it is to bear the weight of an unknown sin.
You think that's what I wanted to forget? Was some kind of sin that I'd committed?
I suspect so.
Do you know what it is? Tell me. Tell me, Charity. No, don't tell me. God damn it. No, tell me. What did I do? Did I tell you? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Please tell me.
I wish to respect your wishes to forget things, but I will say this. I certainly do not know and have never known all of the details of whatever your sins or crimes may have been. But I'll tell you the same thing that I told you that night. I believe in redemption. And anything that I've ever known about you, anything that you've ever told me, I still chose to call you my family. And I'll also tell you what I told Behelit. There is good in you. Quite a lot of it. Sometimes you get in your own way with it, but I have never had any doubt that you're a good person, Burbage. It's hard. It's hard not knowing what it is that you did, and I can only imagine it adds a certain weight to knowing that you tried to forget it, whereas I just don't know it. But whatever you did, whatever you forgot, whatever you didn't do, it matters what you do going forward. Redemption is real and possible, and I do believe and have always believed, and nothing you have ever told me about yourself, whether you chose to forget it or not, has ever made me doubt that you're a good person. We're here if you need help. Including cat chicken, Vamaris.
Baka. Brrr.
During all of that, Burbage, I mean, at first I think he was looking at you, Charity, but pretty early on he would have started just staring into the fire very intently. And yeah, definitely listening to you, but not looking at you. And I guess, yeah, he'd after a pause, say, well, Charity, you know what? I appreciate that, and consider you family too, and you also, Cat Chicken Vamaris. Is he gonna walk? Come on, just have him walk, Andy.
No, he does nothing.
Oh, god damn
I'm gonna
it.
kind of shrug the
Of course,
shoulder.
it's Vamaris.
I'm gonna
I'm
gonna shrug the shoulder that he's sitting on, just to try to provoke a reaction.
Flaps its wings.
Even as a cat chicken, Vamaris is emotionally withholding. That is
Yes.
very fitting. I guess my real concern is that if what I did in the past was so bad that somebody as awesome as me couldn't bear to remember it, then it must have been so bad as to maybe be irredeemable. And what's worse is that I am a fucking idiot for thinking that just forgetting about it would solve the problem. Here I am, and I feel more confused than ever in my life. And I don't even know what I'm confused about.
I mean,
If I could go back and not go into that waterfall, I think I would. Because if there's one thing I've learned from you and Stormbringer and Cat Chicken Vamaris, alright, it's that I forget. I lost it. I was going to say that I'd learned something, but I lost it. Yeah. Something about being intentional about one's life and about one's inner horizons. Yeah, that sounds right. But it's hard to be intentional about it when you fucking made yourself forget it.
I'm gonna pat Burbage sort of on the shoulder, like, to be fair, I suspect that at least 80% of that wish might have come from the fact that you weren't really focused on what the falls did, as much as trying to find with and fuck with Meepus.
Yeah, I thought that Meepus was was the guy in the falls. I got real confused.
But look at
And
it.
distracted by Meepus.
Look at it this way. I don't believe that any sin is irredeemable. To answer to that, 2, part of the reason that you were doing that was probably you were distracted with trying to mess with Meepus. 3, I think you can move forward even with having forgotten it. And 4, I'm pretty sure that you've managed to get Meepus forcibly conscripted into the Goholnian army.
That was not my doing. Remember, that was Vamaris. Right, Vamaris?
He nods his head and kind of... He's on Charity's shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll kind of peck at your horn.
I only have one left, and now I remember that the one that I used to have was the one that had the little dangly jewelry on it. I sort of pat the horn stump. I miss that. But look at it this way. Mission accomplished. Meepus is probably miserable serving in the army.
I wish I could throw Meepus into a fire.
If a chicken could laugh like a cat, That's what Vamaris is doing right now.
I'm just picturing a
even
chicken
know the
making the
sound
sound
that
like
makes.
of like a hairball. Thanks, Donald.
I want to watch him burn. Anyway, that was fun last night. Looks like the Goliaths are getting ready to ride. Let's go. Let's travel and adventure. Clifmil ho!
Stormbringer,
Burbage
sister, sister Stormbringer. What did the little weak one want to forget? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember, but I don't think I'm supposed to go around telling people. I think
that's cool.
I think it's secrets.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's fine.
Yeah, sorry, but it's bad. It's kind of like my thing, but I didn't want to forget it. I just wanted to remember Robert.
Yeah, do you think the people with weak muscles also have weak minds?
I mean, yeah, a lot of the time they do. They're just these tiny little people, so their brains are smaller, you know?
Yeah,
but I don't think
that's what I
he
thought.
does.
Can I hear
No,
this?
but he doesn't.
Yeah, they're not whispering at all.
You just see Charity stick up a middle finger.
Rude.
I mean, yeah, that was a little rude. But they don't. No, Charity and Burbage, and even Vamaris as a chicken, they're not weak-minded. They're very strong. That's why I love them. They're just weak physically.
Even the chicken one.
Yeah, usually he's not so much of a chicken. Usually he's a cat. Or a person, even.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, go away. Is Charity's middle finger wooden?
No, this is on the hand that wasn't.
Okay, gotcha.
Also, can I just say, Can I just say for temporarily, thank you, Andy, for the deep satisfaction it provided me that the cursed item I sold him ended up ending him. Well, yeah. Some combination of that and a fire.
Yeah. No, that was a good win.
Fuck the nobility.
All right, the Goliaths, especially your sister, Stormbringer Mountain Splitter, says that they're gonna have to return to the mountains, but pretty soon. But Clifmil should just be sort of sloping down the hills toward the sea now. And if you wanted to, they could see you into the town. But she thought you were, at this point, good enough to go the rest of the way on your own. And that she has a lot of work to do, especially if you're not coming back at the moment.
Yeah, no, if you guys need to go, then I understand. We'll be okay. Thank you for the escort, and it was kind of nice getting to know you. Maybe someday I'll find a chance to talk to you.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you for showing me Kundu.
Yeah.
Just a couple days before on the road. Yeah, you played Kundu with her, and you won, but she put up a good fight.
Oh, so I burned a lot of healing spells that day.
Yeah. And one of the other Goliaths kind of comes over to you, Stormbringer, and puts his hand across his chest and says, what could we call you? You are like a queen or a chief or what would you like to be called to us?
Oh, I'm just Snowstorm Cloud.
Snow Queen.
Okay.
I'll call you Snow Queen.
Okay. Thank you.
And he kind of seems to tell this to some of the others, and then each of them sort of puts their hand on their chest and Snow Queen, Snow Queen. Mm. And your sister then brings over the lantern that she'd showed you. She called it your mother's fire. And she said, would you prefer to have the fire, or should I take it back with me?
I think it belongs with other Goliaths. She was always, very into Goliaths. So
Yeah.
So
Very-
you
very
should take
wise.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just down the hills then. You should see Clifmil just ahead. A day's hard ride. 2 if you take it slow.
Thank you.
We are very honored to have escorted you so far, and if you ever do need of us again, I may be a bit busy, but I'm sure I could send a few of my best writers.
Yeah, I hope I get a chance just to see you guys again. Thank you for the escort. It was nice being around Goliaths again.
And at this, they all jump on their horses, and with a pretty shrill whistle, they immediately take off and ride away. And it is now just the 4 of you, with 2 horses, a camel, and Gary Shambling. What is it you'd like to do?
Can I see the town from where I am?
At the top of the hill, right next to you, you would be able to see it now, like far away by the ocean. And
But for example, I would be able to see if it had been entirely consumed by fire.
yes, no, you see some smokestacks. It's a little foggy, but you're pretty sure you make out like the town then, down by the ocean itself. But you don't see like giant black smoke.
Yeah, I don't
As if
see
it's
I don't
been
see the
burned.
calling card of the Fireblight.
No, you don't.
Well, I suppose we should start heading into town. Does that sound good to everyone? Chicken Vamaris?
Yes, sounds awesome.
It sounds good to me.
What?
I don't
What was that
think
noise?
there's something wrong with that chicken.
That chicken just coughed,
Coughed
up
up
a
a
hairball.
feather. Yeah, a
Oh,
feather.
gross.
Oh.
And hey, if we're going to Clifmil, we'll be kind of close to my hometown of Diefield. Maybe we could swing by and visit. Because I miss it, I think.
It's not really on the way, is it?
No, it's kind
Certainly
of...
not on the way.
It's further along.
Well, who knows? Maybe there will be some friendly travelers from my hometown and Clifmil. And I can expect to reconnect with old friends.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, it worked out for me.
Yeah, yes, that is what I'll expect. Because everything feels fucking fantastic.
You say those words, but they don't sound like they mean that. Like, they sound like things feel not fucking fantastic.
I don't know what to tell you, Snow Queen. Well,
Snowstorm
they're gone now.
Cloud.
Snow Queen.
Cloud. Yeah, well, sometimes words are like up and down contraptions in terms of what they mean. You know what I mean?
No.
I really think that you're overplaying this hypothetical device.
I'm not overplaying shit, Charity. You're underplaying it. This is amazing. And if we run into Wilfred,
Whoa.
Wilbur,
Wilfred Woe?
whatever her name was, Mrs. her name was Wilfred.
Wilfred
That's
Woe.
strange. Willifred. Oh, Willifred. If we run into her, I'm selling her this idea about an up and down contraption.
I'm not...
Isn't she kind of avoiding us because of the whole Doom Lily and Fire Elementals thing?
Didn't she give us the Doom Lily?
Kind of. It wasn't a Doom Lily yet, probably.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's died. trying to think back on that episode. I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's.
There were a
Yeah.
lot of people there that I guess just died.
Oh, there were a lot. Yeah.
We limited
Anyway.
casualties, but
Yes. Yeah.
limited, not prevented.
All right. The gentle sloping hills kind of all recede down toward the sea. And down there is a small town of Clifmil. It's still a ways away. You can just barely see it. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but is that where you're going?
Yes.
No, I kind of figured we'd just hang a Yui, maybe go up to see what that war up in North Gaholnia is all about. Yes.
You can do whatever you want. It's not as if there's a ticking clock or anything.
You've told us twice that there's a ticking clock.
I
And more to the point,
I don't remember that.
Vamaris has told us that there's a ticking clock.
True. Now, Chicken Vamaris immediately flies up on top of Gary Shambling.
Okie dokie. Away, I guess.
All right. As you approach the seaside town of Clifmil, the rain begins again, a little harder.
Does it feel magical?
It does not.
Fine then.
The structures within the town themselves are a bit difficult to see, as a mist obscures your view of many details. Trotting your horses closer, the buildings materialize out of the fog. Thick, thatched roofs and thin lines of ascending dark smoke from chimneys dot the hill that slopes gently toward the green turning sea. The short stature of the buildings themselves almost make it look like they're sinking into the grayish mud below. The smell of cattle and hops hit you first upon descending the main road into town. The mists seem to congregate around the building and cling to the ground, rolling through the streets like carts. Passing by the furthest protruding building, you shimmy under a hanging sign carved into wood, and it reads, Clifmil. Strange carvings on the posts of the sign catch your eye. And Burbage, you're able to read these. And I'm going to type it to you right now. Hold on. There you go.
Huh. So Burbage is looking at these. Wait. These are signs carved onto what?
The posts on either side of the road that sort of hold the wooden sign up above you as you pass under it. It's
Gotcha.
definitely thieves' cant.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I have read them, and I might furrow my brow at them.
To your right, you hear the sea crashing ashore, but little else, as if the fog were also dampening the sounds a town should normally make. Through the mist, you suddenly make out that what you had assumed were tall, thin trees. Seeing it now, however, you realize that it's a very large ship that sits now in the bay, its sails raised completely. The main road into town is peopled sparsely, and as you clop by, you hear windows shut and doors lock. Ahead of you, the buildings part to make room for a town square that is currently choked with tents and barrels and people all milling around.
Were they cliff milling?
Yes. And in the middle of the town square here is a squat well with a winch bucket, and barrels are piled up next to it on either side. And it's odd, but it almost feels like the mists are somehow thicker in the square than anywhere else in town.
Can I check to see if I think that these mists are natural?
Please.
Or behaving like in a way that I think mist should?
Yeah, give me a nature check.
Yeah, are they natural mists or like Sierra mists?
Vamaris, who's currently not a chicken.
I don't know why it rolled twice. Also, this is going to be my weekly plug for the cantrip Guidance, which I have on myself standardly. Guidance. It's an excellent cantrip. If you have it available on your spell list, I seriously recommend taking it. It makes you or your party better at things. So I'm going to roll my additional d4 from Guidance, and we'll get a 15 on Nature, because I don't know why that second one rolled.
Okay. You're looking at it. Vamaris is still checked out just a little bit here. He's kind of just looking around, and he's kind of staring at the sea a little bit as you're coming into town.
I don't think there's any danger of Gary Shambling like munching on him, right?
No. He's not a chicken at the moment.
Oh, okay.
You've slept since then. He's still a little hungover, but not a chicken currently. However, you get the sense that this is, while not magical per se, it is unnatural fog.
So that the fog itself might be the product of a spell. It's actually fog, but
it's like almost a heavy mist.
But that mist shouldn't be doing this.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of look around like, I don't. Something about this is not entirely natural.
Yeah.
The main road
Feels
into
messed
town
up.
the main road into town is pretty much complete mud at this point.
And you said that people have been like locking doors and windows as we've been coming in.
Yeah.
But I can see a bunch of people in the town square.
Yeah.
Do the people in the
They
town
don't seem to be moving around a lot, but
and what do the people in the town square look like as far as I can see? Are they like
it's pretty hard. You get the sense that several of them are wearing armor, that there's not a lot of activity. The ones that are in the town square seem to be taking shelter from the rain and covering up and trying to stoke fires to keep them going.
But so I seem to see some armored people, and I don't see anyone like trying to hide.
No.
But they also don't seem to be doing normal town square stuff necessarily.
Right. Yeah, you don't get the sense it's like an ambush or anything, because they're pretty much just out in the rain.
And it doesn't feel
unless
like
they just completely don't see you.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like a market, precisely.
Not exactly, yeah. Though you definitely see tents and like market stalls set up. You don't see people running around buying.
Yeah.
No jugglers in the streets, no nothing.
Something feels strange about this town. At the entrance, I saw something in thieves' cant.
What did
on
it
the
say?
wooden posts. It said, "Don't come in here or you'll die." I'm just kidding. No. It said "Riddles in the dark." And Andy, that does that phrase have any meaning to Burbage in terms of like thief code?
Nope. You were pretty sure Vamaris has mentioned it a couple times.
Wasn't it whispers in the dark or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds right. Yeah.
And Vamaris even sort of says, wasn't there like an organization about riddles? And he starts kind of going through some of his papers.
Oh, yeah. This is something that. Wait. Yeah. Wait.
I like to think that Burbage is saying this all out loud.
I mean, so it has no meaning to Burbage. It might have some meaning to me that I am forgetting, but I do remember it coming up a few times. Like I guess if I recall correctly, it is in reference to some kind of to the organization that
Hired the
assassin.
most dangerous creature in all of existence.
to kill Vamaris's parents, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that means nothing to Burbage.
Vamaris gets kind of stony-eyed, and is like, "Well, we absolutely have to go into this."
I'm like, into or away from?
No, into town.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you guys, I'm not good at riddles when it's light out. Like, if we have to do riddles in the dark, I'm not sure I'm gonna be a big help.
Stormbringer, I don't think it means literally that we're going to have to solve riddles.
What else would it mean?
To be fair, she's also kind of proving why she might not be great at riddles in the dark.
That's true. You're better at them during the day, though. Is that what you said?
When I can see, I have to be able to see to do things. I can't see at night.
Yeah, alright. Well, how about this, guys? I feel weird about this fog-laden town with the words riddles in the dark and the wood posts at the entrance. Maybe I should sneak up ahead with my roguelike stealth and just check things out.
Yeah, I could be a cat as well.
Yeah, Vamaris and I could check it out.
The last time we split up half and half with Burbage going ahead, Stormbringer got replaced by a Rakshasa.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so watch her better this time.
In 99 years, when you can read that book, it'll be a good day.
Wait, which book? Is that the book, the leadership charisma book?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Burbage, legitimately made the suggestion of him and Vamaris going ahead, but so he'll just stand there and wait and see what.
Just don't go too far. Maybe just listen on the edges. I also want to try something, Andy, like far enough away that it wouldn't be observable to anyone in the square.
Uh-huh.
And also like not setting a building on fire, but two, not really observable from a building, so not like right by a window or something. I'd like to use create bonfire and see if this mist reacts normally to fire. Like, does it, sort of burn off in the area?
Okay.
So I will do that at whatever point I feel like is most out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. You create... That's a little big, but...
Like, whoa!
You create
whoa,
like a
bonfire, not fireball.
Small little bonfire in the corner. The alleys in this town are very, very narrow. You guys could probably squeeze through them, but they're really meant for halflings, dwarves, it looks like. Not quite horses or Gary Shambling. But you do cast the fire kind of over here. And it seems to react normally with the mist. This seems like, again, kind of natural mist, just from an unnatural source.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
And then I'll dismiss the bonfire. Like, yeah, go scout ahead, see if you can figure out what's going on in the square, but report back quickly if it's going to be something bad, and it's almost always something bad. I'd rather we were all together.
Sure, no doubt. But don't worry, we'll stay within message cantrip range. I think. Right? That's pretty long range.
Yeah. And you've gotten used to putting the necklace around the cat then as well, so that he can communicate.
Yeah, you could message all the way into like the very center of the square.
Yeah.
So Andy.
Yeah.
Is Clifmil a halfling village?
It's mostly halflings and dwarves. It's in Bovalia, it's one of these what's called squat villages, where shorter folk tend to reside.
Gotcha. And Burbage presumably would know that. He would have heard
Yeah.
about Clifmil. Okay. All right. Yeah. Then I'd say Burbage and Vamaris Cat will go on ahead as stealthily as possible in the
Right.
fog.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check then, Burbage.
All right. What? 16.
All right. Feel free to move where you'd like. You feel pretty stealthy.
Pretty stealthy.
Pretty,
Okay.
pretty stealthy.
So yeah, I would come up along the side here, only far enough until I can make out some kind of relevant details.
Okay. You also kind of notice a little something about Vamaris. He seems, as you've approached Clifmil, he seemed to have got even quieter and even more stoic a little bit. And now that you're here, he does seem a little bit more focused on something. And while Vamaris has always been kind of intense, this does seem like kind of a step up. And especially you, Burbage, recognize this as being really close to him.
Yeah, but Burbage understands that life can just be that way, with the ups and downs. So
Yeah.
he'll note
So
that,
Burbage,
but-
yeah, 100%. So you get on the outskirts of this town square, and you do see people kind of milling around. You're able to make out more of this. Most of the people you see are tall folk, and they are armed. And you do see a few people like pointing, that have arrows in their bows, like already ready. But no one with like a melee weapon has a weapon drawn. And no one's really talking. They're all just kind of sitting around, almost like waiting.
Where are the so people with bows and arrows have them
Yeah.
like arrows ready to shoot?
Are they knocked or
Yeah,
are they drawn?
They're not like cocked. They're just like resting in the bow itself.
Yes, that's knocked.
Knocked. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Not so not stretched back, ready to
Right.
to loose.
Not like cocked. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Could you say that word just one more time?
No.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
You nasty.
So I'll and you said most of the people here in the square are tall people.
Yeah, every one of them that you see, actually.
And that would be notable and strange to Burbage, correct?
It would a little bit, yeah.
I'll definitely convey that information to Charity via message cantrip.
You'll, in my response, you're going to hear, which way are the archers facing?
Yeah, that I was going to ask that too. Well, I was going to ask what they were aiming their bows at, but it sounds like
Yeah, they're just going to have it down ready, but just they're not aiming at anything at the moment.
Are they looking
though
all
they're all facing toward the center,
toward the well?
kind of toward the well, a little bit toward each other as well. Like they're all sort of looking at each other a little bit. Does that make sense? Which converges kind of in the middle.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll convey that to Charity also.
Oh, good. Well, I suppose that the hope that there would be nothing magically wrong with this town was always a foolish one.
Vamaris relays back to you. There's a few Fireblight cultists here.
God damn it. Oh wait, just the ones that worship it.
Yeah, the cultist people.
The idiots. Okay,
The
yeah.
idiots.
Shit. So yeah, Vamaris went in a bit further, huh? I'll go ahead and sneak along this wall behind these tents
Okay.
and see if I can get a vantage point on anything else that's useful. I don't know. Like, do I see the cultists that Vamaris is referring to?
You do across the square from you, and you also now notice what looks to be kind of large piles of like wood, sort of cross beams, like makeshift barricades. They're not really blocking; they're just sort of in the middle of the square a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Charity.
Yes?
Charity, are you there? Oh, hello. Hi. Okay. So, one, there are Fireblight cultists here, and two, there are two large barricade-like piles of wood in the center of the town. I wonder what the wood could be for.
Or are they trying to...
You see 3 piles of wood. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw a third one. There's 3.
barricade just sort of sneak up on you there?
Look, it's really foggy, alright?
Yeah,
Give me a
it
break.
is.
Do the barricades seem like they might be focused on stopping something that would be coming out of the well?
Andy, I don't think so. But maybe?
I mean, they're facing. It's hard to say if they're facing the well or like the other groups, because you definitely see that there are kind of like 3 major distinct groups now,
Oh.
like all with different kinds of tents, like all with sort of different dress. The people really close to you are all drow. The people over here are all dressed in black. There's some cultists and acolytes up here. Yeah, there's a really heavy dude that's still kind of wandering around over here. You definitely see kind of 3 different groups specifically.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Then that I might have misread the situation. I'll convey that to Charity. Like, it seems like, does it seem to Burbage that these 3 groups seem to be in some kind of showdown with one another?
Give me an insight check.
Opening up the character sheet. 16.
Yeah, they all seem defensive, though like bored. Does that make sense? Like, if this is a standoff, it's been going on a while.
Yeah. That's really interesting. Burbage is gonna keep on sneaking along this wall down to this corner, if possible.
There's a person that's kind of been sitting right inside the flap of the tent that now sort of stands up very quickly, and he says, "Who's there? Who goes there? Show yourself. You one of the townies? Or you're sneaking up behind us?"
I want to find a hiding place, Andy.
Okay.
I want to hide somewhere.
Okay. Tell me where you'd like to hide, and then give me a stealth roll.
I want
You see
to.
right next to the cart, there's kind of like a small little shop with like large umbrellas that has several tables right next to you over here.
What's underneath those umbrellas?
Just some tables full of like merchandise and stuff. It looks like.
And what's in this cart that I'm by?
You don't necessarily have time to look. It's a little taller than you. I mean, you could, but then you're pretty sure this guy will absolutely see you.
And okay, and was there any kind of back entrance to this tent that he was at?
Not really from where you're positioned now, kind of behind the cart.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm gonna hide under the cart.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, please.
Stealth check.
All right.
15.
All right, so you get pretty under that cart. He kind of rushes around behind it and is looking around and kind of slowly moves back. And you hear, do you speak Undercommon at all?
No, why would I speak Undercommon?
I don't just think maybe Vamaris taught you some. I don't know.
Then yes, Vamaris taught me Undercommon.
No, he didn't. He didn't. So he goes back and he kind of says something in Undercommon, kind of forcefully, and then this guy was the one with the arrow, and then steps forward and starts sort of shouting, "Hey, what is it? What's going on?" And then a couple more people sort of step up, and everyone gets really tense for a second. Weapons are drawn, and everyone's sort of again facing kind of the middle of this place. And they're saying, "No shenanigans! No shenanigans! Huh? No one try anything."
Can we? I assume that Stormbringer and I can hear this.
Yes, definitely.
I'm just gonna look at her. Who do you think set that off, Maris or Burbage?
Probably both. Should we head in?
It kind of tips the hand when we have 4 mounts and 2 people. So I say we hold on a minute longer. If we hear actual fighting, well, the square should fit a fireball nicely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's just pretty.
All right. Burbage, you are hidden for the moment, you think. He didn't seem to see you. Or saw something and then thought that it might have been one of the other groups doing something, so you're not exactly sure. Everyone seems more on alert, though, now, and very tense. And now you see, actually, the people with the arrows are aiming at the well.
So
they're not actually aiming anywhere else. They're looking at the other groups, but aiming at the well.
Does only one group have arrows?
Oh no! Every two groups have actual arrows with bows, and then this guy has a crossbow with bolts.
So across all 3 groups, anybody with an arrow has it
aiming at the well. Yeah,
aimed at the well. And did they just do that in response to the no shenanigans
exactly
moment?
Yeah. Everyone who thought something might have been up immediately started aiming at the well.
Yeah, I'll convey that information to Charity if I'm still within range.
I believe you are.
Charity, I think there's something going on with this well.
It does seem like it might be the source of the mist, and why would we ever go to a town that was a nice place?
Right, yeah. Look,
Wait,
I'm gonna...
Vamaris starts kind of interrupting everyone.
Static?
There's... Static?
I'm getting 2 people talking directly into my head at once.
Oh.
There's like a banner wrapped around the well. Can you see what it is, Burbage?
Wait, Vamaris said that to me?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He said there's like a banner wrapped around the well, and he asked if you could see what it is because he can't quite make it.
Right. Can I see it?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception check. Perception check.
I mean, I think I know what it looks like. I just need confirmation.
19.
Burbage, it is a rather large banner cloth wrapped entirely around the well, with it's like a black cloth with a pale spider on it.
Oh shit.
I'm going.
Wait. Vamaris, what are you going where? What's he doing? Stop, we're here for the plant. I'm looking for the plant. That's Burbage's
All right.
priority right now.
You're pretty sure the cat just jumped in the well.
I saw Vamaris jump into the well.
Yeah, he leaped off one of the barrels and slipped inside the well.
And remind me, this is both for me and and Burbage, I guess. What would Burbage's understanding of the connection between Riddles in the Dark and the Pale Spider be? The Pale Spider is like in from his vision, yeah?
Yes, that was the first time you heard of it. The second time you heard of it was in the Federo postings. They were looking for more information on what they called a terrorist organization called the Pale Spiders.
And then I think most recently he had said to us that Vamaris had said to us that the spider was Pawnway.
Right. Yeah, that's what he believed.
And the cloth. Right. And the cloth has the image of the Pale Spider on it.
It does.
Right. Okay, well, Burbage will take a moment to be kind of, I guess, flabbergasted at Vamaris jumping into the well. Charity, I'm pretty sure Vamaris just jumped into the well.
You just get back a lot of... You just have a lot of cursing coming back in Infernal.
I think he went in because it says... It has the image of the pale spider and the cloth around the well. So, just so you know. I'm looking for the plant.
Barzakta Halhath.
Was that infernal cursing?
Yes.
Wait, did you learn actual infernal?
You say learn like I wasn't born knowing it.
Well, alright.
Andy, as a meta question here, how were we instructed to spare me like 50 pages of notes to
no worries
trade the stone for the plant?
They said that like the town itself would trade it, so like probably the mayor or whoever actually lives in this town.
Okay, so this seems to be some whole other thing. But
you're pretty sure these people don't live in the town, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just here.
But Vamaris has gone down the well marked with the banner of the Pale Spider.
Yes.
Be like, I think that it would be... So I'll message back to Burbage. Besides Infernal Cursing. Like, well, you said that this was a village primarily of halflings and dwarves, right? And none of them are halflings and dwarves?
Correct.
They're probably not who we're going to get the plant from, but we do now face the problem that Vamaris is down a well that apparently has 3 armed groups. So I don't imagine they're all nervously aiming weapons at it because it produces, wishes and happiness on a regular basis.
You know what, Charity? I've been meaning to confront you about your pessimism. Yeah, you could think about this as a problem. On the other hand, the fact that Vamaris went into the well means we have a man on the inside. It's all about how you frame it. You know what I mean?
Very.
Do you know how deep that well is?
I do not know how deep the well is, no.
So when you say man on the inside, and I quote, "You literally mean the inside of a chasm that we do not understand the scope of, which, might I remind you, is producing mist. Unnaturally."
Look, I'm not denying that there's a particular enigmatic quality to the situation in which we find ourselves.
And it's wrapped in the banner of a terrorist organization.
All right, yeah. Every one man's terrorist organization is another man's resistance movement.
Fair. However,
Burbage.
Who's coming up here? What's going on?
You hear a voice say, "Oi, oi, you! Get out of the square! What are you doing? Come on!"
Do I say? I'm gonna be honest here. Adam, saw this green thing here and thought it might be the plant, but I guess it's not.
Oh, not at all. Nope, no.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you're looking for it. You
which,
don't see it at all. Yeah.
In that case, I would like to do a perception check on the source of that voice.
You look around, you don't even need to. You look around and you see a small halfling kind of waving you over to the alley over here.
I'll kind of look back and forth between them and the well, and yeah, I think...
Oi, get out the square! Come on!
Should I don't even feel like I need to do an insight check. I think I will go and follow this person.
All right. They dip inside this building here.
I'm going to turn to Stormbringer. So, apparently there are 3 armed groups facing this well very nervously. The well is wrapped in the banner of the Pale Spider. Vamaris, as a cat, not a chicken cat this time, actual cat, has jumped down that well. And
do you want me to follow him?
Burbage just sort of disappeared. So, I'm not really sure what the status is. I say we probably give it another few minutes and then maybe they start hoping that the mist is enough to prevent fireballs from killing them all.
Okay, or I could just run in right now and
I think that
start
will,
shouting.
I think that will get lots of them to shoot at you. I sort of prefer just setting them on fire from nowhere.
I thought they wanted to shoot the well.
I'm not really sure that they know what they want. I mean, one set of them
I'm
appear to
not
be
a well,
cultists.
Cherry.
One set of them are cultists. Those cultists just want to be set on fire. I'm giving them what they want.
Oh, that's nice of you.
I am a charity.
You are.
What is the maximum range on a message cantrip?
120.
All right. So before I went out of range, I would have said something like, "I'm getting out of the square."
You see a sign for the building that he went in called the Bushy Tent Pole.
I'm heading into the bushy tent pole. That is not a euphemism, I don't think. Wait, it might be, as I go out of range.
Can't it be both?
Charity will sort of blink slowly. I'm not going to relay his last message. I think he's in a tavern or inn.
Should we go, or should I jump in the well, or start hitting people with my axe? What do you want from me here?
Let's maybe avoid the main square and see if we can find this place called the Bushy Tent Pole. And so I think we'd probably, because I'd have a hard time telling if there are alleys there, circle around down to the south towards the docks.
Okay.
And sort of work our way around, because I assume that in these reports I've also gotten a general sense of where Burbage was moving.
Yeah. Do you want to take your horses too? There definitely are like hitches and stuff. You could hitch them up.
It seems like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily know this, but I would assume that a dockside would have enough room. So
certainly,
I'll probably keep them with us.
Okay. You then feel free to move down there.
I'm also gonna unhitch the sort of party storage chest that we've had.
Okay.
And sort of also give it to Gary. Could you hold on to this one too? I'll toss him
I'm
a
not
piece.
sure where that sound came from, but it came from Gary-ish.
I'm gonna toss him a piece of jerky. Thank you.
Who has what stone again are we trading for the plant?
Troll aversion.
And Charity has
Stone-
that?
Troll version. I think the party has party chest.
That's in the party chest. That's why I just stored that inside Gary.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, whenever is appropriate, Andy, I would pretty much immediately ask this halfling what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, so you can cut to that, Andy, and just assume,
Yeah.
as long as it's non-complicated, we'll be making our way around. And since Burbage told me the name of it, I would actively be looking for, like, at the sign of the bushy tent pole to try to get to him.
Well, there is one complication.
Oh, no.
Fuck a duck in July. Yeah?
You recognize the boat now that you have a much clearer version, side view of it. It is the Blue Joke, which is what "Get ready, make ready the sails, Mr. Hislop," called his boat.
I'm okay with that one.
Okay. And you definitely see that. You also see that most of the sails are torn or like burned, so that while they are technically up, they're probably unusable. And that causes a bit of concern.
Okay. I'll file that away and keep going.
All right, Burbage, you enter a tavern that is fairly large. All the chairs and tables are a little shorter. This is definitely a tavern meant for smaller people. But there's only about 3 people in here. One person seemingly asleep. They're a dwarf, big, giant, gray, bushy beard, and they're sort of asleep on the bar itself. There's a barmaid. And then the person that you just came in with. Oh, you're soaked. Do you want to come over by the fire? Get out of the rain. What are you doing in the square?
Yeah, that sounds great. I just got here. I'm a visitor to your town. What's going on out there?
Oh, more visitors. That's what we need. Oh.
Why? What other
he pulls
visitors
back
have you
his
had?
cloak in his hood and everything and shakes his sort of reddish hair. Well, all those people in the town,
Yeah.
they're visitors.
Has Clifmil
Well,
become
God, they've been
a
here.
big vacation spot lately for large people?
No one's really buying much though. They're all just sort of. Well, you saw them. They're getting all anxious, and every night they shout at each other and they point their weapons, but I don't know. No one's really doing anything. I mean, they'll buy food and drink every once in a while, but they're scaring most people off.
How long has this been happening?
All them out there have been here 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I think it started with when the boat came in.
The boat?
That was about. Yeah,
Did
that was
Burbage
about.
see the boat when he came out? or
You
when
saw
they
that there
first
was a boat. You didn't see that it was the Blue
Okay,
Joke.
alright. Okay.
No, the boat got here just a little before that. It's like they were racing here or
Wait.
something. Everyone sort of arrived at once.
What was the first sentence that I just... The boat guy... Wait, what?
The boat got here just a little before
Oh.
that.
Alright, gotcha.
Aye.
Alright, so the boat has something to do with it. What about the well?
Well, nothing about the well.
What?
And you see him now turn back to the fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna insight check that.
All right. Ooh, there's something about that well.
16 is like
Yeah,
your
all right.
favorite
With a
number.
16 insight check. There's something
So
about that
honest.
well, Burbage.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the halfling's side.
The barmaid sort of shouts over, "Hey lad, you need something to drink? Warm me up."
How about some milk? Do you
Milk?
have milk?
Goat's milk?
Oh yeah, you don't have any ankleg milk? Because I've kind of
Ankleg?
developed a taste for ankleg milk.
I don't even know the words you're saying, lad, but no, don't have that.
All right, then I'll just have whatever milk you have.
I
Listen, man, there's clearly something going on with that will. Those groups are just standing out there with their bows and arrows drawn and aimed toward it. What do you know about that will out there?
it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Listen. All right, listen. I know all about denial and deception. But you have to trust me. I have friends with me, my family, and we might be able to help if you can just give me some information. What do you know?
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. Okay, hold on.
Oof, nice.
Is that a 20?
So he says, look, there's something in the well. It's been there for a while. I don't think you'd understand it. We have really nice weather here much of the year. It doesn't get too hot. Sometimes the winds are a little more favorable. Does that make sense? There's something buried underneath the town that makes this possible.
Something buried.
Aye. It's been buried
Do you
for
know
a
what
long
it
time.
Is this some
I
kind
don't.
of religious thing? Do you guys worship something unknown and inexplicable under the ground?
No, we just... It's just something... Something that's been here. As long as I've been here.
How do you know about it? Do you make sacrifices to the well?
No. It's just the stories, look. But the stories are true. You know how we know?
How?
Because all those fuckers out there, they're not pointing their arrows at each other. Did you see what the barrels were?
Is that the wood? The 3 piles or whatever?
There's barrels like lined up right next to the well.
Oh, I don't know. Did Burbage happen to note them?
No.
I didn't see. What about the barrels?
Alchemist's fire.
Alchemist's
They're all looking
fire.
for the thing underneath. But they're not willing to let any of the others go first.
I see. So they're all here to try to get whatever magical object or whatever is underground that causes Clifmil to have good weather?
Well, aye. Some other things.
Some other things. Like what? Long-lasting erections?
Maybe.
Oh, really? I was just, being bawdy. Didn't know that was an actual accurate guess. Alright, so it's some kind of... what was this, like a Fountain of Youth situation?
I know. No, why are you so curious about the thing underneath? What are you here?
Look, well, my family and I, we're here on a mission to trade an object for something very important that we were told is in this town.
She drops off the
But
milk, and then
I'll drink the milk. How's the milk taste?
it's not bad for goat's milk. A little gamey.
Gotcha. But I think that's going to have to wait. The fact is, my friend, my brother, he went into the well 5 minutes ago.
Ah, he did. He went in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
No,
I saw him.
listen. No one who goes in that well comes out.
How many people have gone into the well? Just out of curiosity.
Ah, one of the groups tried it. 7 of them.
Oh,
Just about, a week and a half ago.
that was all in the past 2 weeks.
Aye. Every
Alright.
once in a while, someone will go in or fall in or get drunk one night and try to slip inside, and that's it. We never hear from him.
Can I try to message Cantrip Vamaris?
Yeah, absolutely.
Vamaris, can you hear me?
There is nothing. You're pretty sure you can't latch on to him.
He's like out of range.
Probably with that out of range. Yeah.
Okay.
And at this, the rest of you have arrived at the tavern. So if you wanted to, you could hitch your horses and step inside if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. So Stormbringer and Charity enter from the sort of other side of the tavern. There are some stairs to the left of you that go up to a second floor, but even the second floor is not that far above you. Stormbringer, you actually have to duck just a little bit to fit in here. While the space is wide, it's definitely not tall.
Why is this place so tiny? I hate it.
Halflings and dwarves, remember?
But they should aspire to be taller. They're never gonna get as tall as me if they keep building tiny places.
Charity's just going to look up at you, blink a couple times, be like, see if we can find Burbage.
As they're
Okay.
coming in, I would like to quickly ask this person though.
Yeah.
First, what's your name?
Let me check my notes. Riani.
Riani. All right, Riani. Tell me
Yeah.
one thing. Do you
What's
happen
that?
to know anything about a special plant here in Clifmil?
Look, that thing I told you about. Supposedly, it's a flower. Grows underground.
Oh, all right. That just clicked into place. So the thing that is underground is the plant.
I heard it's a big flower, but I don't. No one's seen it in decades. Because no one goes down
Very
there.
interesting.
Are you listening to me? I mean, I'm afraid you're getting it in your mind that you could just go down there and that's not a thing.
Look, Riani, I'm not the one who dove into the well. My friend is, alright? I'm not totally fucking crazy. But yes, we are going to have to go into the well.
Do I
and this Charity and Stormbringer definitely see Burbage.
do I
talking to a
hear
guy by
him
the fire.
say that we definitely have to go into the well? Like as I sort of turn the corner of the bar,
Yeah.
I'm just like, of course it was down the damn well, surrounded by multiple jittery armed factions. Like, I'm just gonna kind of walk over to Burbage. So it's down
Oh, you
there.
lot, can I get you a drink? Oh, you're a big one, aren't you? Says the boy.
Yeah, you're a small one.
Yep, smallest in my family.
I don't like your roof.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Do you perhaps
A bit cozy for you.
do you perhaps have any milk?
Aye, what's it with everyone in milk? We got a bit of goat's milk.
That would be lovely, thank you.
We drank a lot. I mean, they drank a lot last night.
Yeah, you just kept sneaking off to do other things.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right,
Okay.
listen. I've learned some information, and I will share it with you right now. Apparently, and let's just say I do.
Yeah.
Well, before you actually tell, listen, your friend wants to go in the well, and that's a really bad idea. I mean, I sort of let it slip that there's a flower down there, and of course, you're another group looking for it.
I think
I'm
we
telling
just
you.
want our cat.
We have lots of cats.
No,
there's
a
a specific one.
I've got a friend that has a litter you could have.
We need a specific one. By way of a question, assuming that Burbage has then sort of related this to me, or related the events. What happened to the crew of the ship?
The boat.
Technically, that's a ship, not a boat, but yes.
Well, the boat got here. There were... Okay, you're gonna think I'm mad. There's no one on the boat. The sails were up when it drifted in. We looked at it. There's no one there.
Okay, incidentally, just because we've literally had this for anyone who watches our streams of Sea of Thieves, we can have this confusion. When you say the sails are up...
Yeah, they are up, not lowered.
Okay, as in the boat shouldn't have been moving.
Exactly.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm just gonna be like, okay, and no one came ashore so far as you know.
No. It's been there for, over 2 weeks. It's just been sitting there. I mean, we've looked through it. The townsfolk have looked in it, and I mean, there's no one there. You can go look for yourself if you want, but
were there any bodies or signs of a struggle or?
There were a few bodies in the hold.
Can you describe them to me?
One bloke had a bunch of tattoos on him, like some sort of almost a fence or something on his arm. Well, there's a really beautiful lad. He's dressed all in green and purples, and I mean that. There's a few people. Some sailors, certainly. Some probably just travelers.
The beautiful lad, that the description of the clothing, that doesn't sound like Nehet, does it?
Nehet certainly liked beautiful clothing.
Did they wear green and purple?
Occasionally.
Did you find a smallish kenku? A bird person that looked like a parrot?
What color are those feathers of a? I don't know what the parrot is.
Wasn't Make Ready the Sails, Mr. Hislop, like a macaw? So like blue and yellow and red.
Blue, yellow, yes.
So I'll describe that.
I mean, we saw some feathers, really pretty ones. There's one. We have one above the bar over there, and you see kind of a large blue feather that does look a lot like the coloring of Make Ready the Sails, Mr. Hislop.
But no body?
No body, no.
Does the tat...
I mean, you can look for yourself, but there's nothing on the boat. Just a bit of death. I don't know what killed him and why it sailed exactly here, but...
The other thing I was going to say is... the Make Ready the Sails, Mr. Hislop, I'm trying to remember what he had said about their itinerary.
They were going to Lopishk.
Yeah, fuck that place. And then...
I think I can
Yeah.
draw it real quick. Yeah, they were going to Lopishk, and then they were heading over to Bovalia itself. And then they were going to hit a few islands kind of on the way back toward Federo. They were never meant to get this far north.
And I believe that Make Ready the Sails, Mr. Hislop, had said that they were going to go to Lopishk and be there for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then they were going to go to Bavalia because we'd figured out it wasn't actually faster to stay on the boat.
Right, it was about
delay.
Almost the same time, and then you'd have to travel anyway, and
like it was basically the time to overland it to Clifmil was going to get us to Bavalia.
Yeah, I mean you've definitely been delayed on your trip.
But
probably by now they should just be around Bavalia, about ready to sail back.
Yeah, and this wasn't the way they were going anyway.
Right.
Okay. I'm just like, okay, so there's at least a chance that Make Ready the Sails, Mr. Hislop isn't dead. But why is that? Oh.
Burbage is going to regard the feather on the wall with a kind of concerned sadness for a moment.
Tell me,
and then
what was your name again?
Riani.
Riani. Would your town have the capacity to trade this plant?
I don't think so. I mean, no one's even gone down in the well for a long time.
Is there anything that you here would need or want?
Yeah, do you guys happen to have a troll problem by any chance?
Trolls? No, not necessarily. I mean, we've had maybe an attack in the last 10 years, but I mean, we took care of it pretty quickly. All those other groups out there too have been trying to trade us things that we don't really need. Nor could we even trade them if we wanted to. That we'd have to go down there. If the flower is even still there.
Can you tell me more about the groups? Do you know anything about them?
Most of them arrived within about 3 or 4 days of each other. It happened after the boat came in. And then they all sort of they talked to the mayor. They tried to kind of strong arm him. I mean, ever since then, he's basically just been drinking. And he nods over to the dwarf on the other end of the table, or the other end of the bar. I mean, we don't exactly know what they want, but they're all trying to get the flower, I think.
And
there was a group that came a little late, and they muscled their way into the well, and well, since then, it's been really foggy, really misty, and we haven't heard from them again.
Who was this group?
I don't know. They're from a town. I remember because they were drinking one night. They're from Federo, I think, was the name of the town. It's way south. It's in a desert. They must have sailed up here or something.
What did these people look like?
They all had matching armor. It was like kind of reddish. They all called themselves acolytes of something. I can't remember.
Acolytes of Rin.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Are you familiar with Federo?
And did they happen to be the ones to put that banner around the well?
No, it's been there for a while.
Who put it there?
Oh, probably the town. It's our town sigil.
That is your town sigil?
Aye.
Pale spider?
Oh, a lot of our mothers tell us if the pale spider is going to come and get us if we don't eat our vegetables, or if we don't go to bed right away.
So you make
it's a mascot, really.
you make emblematic a thing that was designed to terrify you.
Yeah, we're not so scared of it now.
Okay, so just straight up, like, we are in the D&D equivalent of Belgium. Like, this is how Belgium works. The Gentish the symbol for the city of Ghent is a noose.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's cute. No, we have
Alright.
a festival every year. We all dress in white spider legs and dance around. It's quite pretty.
That sounds alternately adorable and horrifying. Do any of you... does this symbol have any organization behind it?
I don't know what you mean. I mean, it's a symbol of the town.
It's just a tradition here in the town.
Aye.
Why do your mothers tell you these stories of a pale spider?
Oh, I don't know. Probably because their mothers told them.
But-
For as long as it's been going on,
But there's no story of a pale spider attacking the town.
I know there was a story of maybe the spider will return one day, but that's all I remember.
I've got 2 questions for you, really.
What's that?
One,
Am I being helpful?
you're being very helpful, and I really
Ah.
appreciate it.
That's
my
really
first
nice
question-
to hear.
My first question is,
Aye.
does the phrase "riddles in the dark" mean anything to you?
The barmaid drops a glass behind the bar when you said that. So silly me. Sorry about that. Just gotta pick that up.
At this, she's just going to see sort of turned, so her vantage point is from the side, but just the blue sort of gold and silver flecked eyes of Charity looking at her.
Alright, well, we can put a pin in that for now. Burbage will say that as he kind of side-eyes the barmaid. My second question is, since we're talking about the town's history and the stories that kind of go around in Clifmil, have you ever heard any stories or rumors about any sort of tunnels beneath the town, or any other kind of secret potential entrances to the space underneath the well?
No.
I'm gonna just insight check that. 14.
You're pretty sure he's lying? Though you have no idea to what extent, or if anything's malicious about that, or...
I'll put my hand on Rainey's shoulder. Look, listen, Rainey. I just
Yeah.
told you were
Uh-huh.
being helpful. Didn't that feel good?
Oh, I did. Yeah, my father-in-law's been telling me I've not been very helpful, and I need to go work in the fields a little bit more. And
Well,
look,
if you
what's
could
your
give me
name?
my name?
Aye.
My name's Theodric.
Theodric, huh?
And well, wait. I might have to retcon that. Yeah, you know what? Because Burbage has no reason anymore to pretend to be Theodric. Right?
Not really, no.
I mean, he did that for the army
Mm-hmm.
to get out of the Gahonian.
But that was just like, I'm picking a different name, and clearly Burbage is a loaded...
Right now, Burbage
Yeah.
is a little. Yeah. So, yeah, my name is Burbage Kemp.
You're gonna just see Charity wince slightly. This is how it always begins.
Kemp. Huh? Yeah. You said Kemp? That's right.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
that's right.
What?
It's
What's-
getting kind of late, don't you think? You could probably find rooms here at the inn. Missy will help you. She's a good one.
Listen.
I probably should get going though.
Rihanna, please. Just be helpful one last time. What do you know about any other potential way to get into the well? I promise we're here to do good. We're the good guys. We want to help.
I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I can't tell you anything.
How about this? If you help us out with just this one last time, I will do my best. We will do our best to put in a good word for you with your father-in-law.
I mean, that's nice of you, but I think I'll be okay.
Not... Maybe. You can't really be sure of that, can you?
Look, I'm sorry. I can't help you. There's nothing I can do. You've all been very nice to me, and I'd like to know your story, big one. But maybe another night. You gotta stay around a while.
I don't know if we're staying around.
We need
No.
to talk, and we'll get back to you, Riani, about our plans for the immediate future.
I don't think you guys have beds that fit me here, though. Do you?
Well, I mean, there's hay in the barn.
That's not a bed.
It's not. I mean, I slept there a couple times.
Why?
Boy doesn't kiss and tell.
What?
Good night.
Wait. I think I missed that. Wait, what happened? A boy doesn't kiss and tell, and that was
Yeah.
after reference to something in the barn?
Yeah.
Him spending a night sleeping in the hay.
Or did he fuck a goat?
He's out the door.
The world may never know.
Alright. Family meeting? Well, that makes sense. Alright now?
Hey. Do you guys remember, someone somewhere at some point in our lives told us about this other family, the Red family? Well, they didn't say other, but it didn't sound like us because we're not red. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. They must have been talking about the Acolytes of Rin.
Right? I don't know, things seem like they're almost coming together here, but also someone's coming towards.
The door opens again, and a heavily armored guy sort of dragging a maul behind him on the wood settles up to the bar. Missy, darling, I need a drink.
What is this, a human or a halfling?
Yeah. Nope, human.
Okay.
Oi, what are you lot doing?
Currently standing.
Yeah.
Are you new to town?
Yes.
Oh, haven't seen you around.
We're just passing through. What's going on? There seems to be a bit of a to-do in the square. Is it a fair of some kind? Perhaps a caravan?
Nah, if you're just passing through, that's none of your business then.
And if we were staying, would it be our business?
Maybe. See, the way I see it, not a lot of reason for a tiefling, a Goliath, a halfling, and a drow to stick around in a town very long.
I don't see a drow. Do you see a drow?
What are you talking about?
That's stories. How about that drink, Missy?
This guy is sketchy, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a silver down on the bar and be like, yes, what about that drink for him? And tell me, friend, why would a tiefling, a Goliath, a halfling, and a drow not stay?
Well, maybe they've made enough money on the road and they don't need to bring anything back to anyone for a bit more coin. Maybe some of us need to stay because we got families to feed. I don't know.
He doesn't seem to be like one of the acolytes? Which group does he seem like he might be with?
He was hanging around the drow group. He himself is not, of course, but
yeah.
he was hanging around that group mostly.
and I would relay that information, I suppose, since I'm the only one here who would have seen that.
He takes the shot, tips the glass over, and says, "I think, Missy, it's getting cold out there. Nice rainy night like this. Maybe people just stay indoors, huh?"
Maybe on a nice rainy night like this, people do whatever they damn well please.
I'm gonna message Cantrip Charity. Try to distract him, and I'm gonna walk over to the dwarf, the mayor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit down next to him, and I'm gonna try to wake him up.
It's gonna look like, you seem awfully concerned with what people do.
Well, I'm just saying, there's been 4 groups already here, and one of them is gone. I don't mind waiting for 2 more to leave, but, well, adding another group at this moment would complicate things a little bit.
Oh, and why at this particular moment?
Well, you're a little late to the party. Just saying.
One should arrive late to parties.
Aye, but I think Pornway'll be wanting his flower as quick as he can. He flips his glass over and Missy starts pouring him another one.
What, is he, like, wearing metal armor?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Like, so I take it that you're interested in serving as a florist for this Ponway.
These... Look... These townspeople aren't gonna say nothing, so... We can maybe just talk plainly. Pretty much everyone who's alive here knows what's going on.
Indeed.
Look, we were one of the first groups here, therefore we get first dibs on the flower.
I mean, that's not really how life works. It's whoever gets to it first, isn't it?
Well, that's how we see it.
Yes,
You
but
see
here's the
it's
thing.
whoever gets to it first?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You got to the square.
Not the flower. Like
So,
you
yeah,
ran
that's-
half the race, and then we're like, I win.
Exactly.
That's
it seems
just
to
a
me
little
that you
bit of trouble.
you got through 8 miles of a 10-mile race and then went, yay, we're here first, we're the winner.
Listen, we got our arrows trained on those barrels. If anyone tries to go in right now, we collapse the whole damn town.
Do I think that that is actually feasible with that amount of, like, mage fire?
No, it would catch most of the buildings surrounding the square probably on fire, and it would definitely collapse the well. But that's certainly an exaggeration, you would think.
So, essentially, you've all gotten here in pursuit of coin.
Yeah. Bunway promises 400 when we bring it back.
So 400 is your number.
A piece.
And you sit around and you fight with each other. Not fight. Glower. Ineffectually.
Although now my glower's pretty effectual. In Burbage, you wake up the mayor at this point. He's like, what are
Excuse
you doing?
me.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor.
What's going on?
Can you remind
What
me?
can I do for you? Yeah. What's up?
What? Where's the alternative entrance to the to underneath the well?
You're a daft boy.
I'm not daft. I mean, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe we're both a bit daft, right? But you're the
He
mayor.
blinks his eyes awake a bit. Who are you?
I'm here to help with the situation out in the square. Don't you want your town back?
Aye, we are the town back.
Yeah.
Of course we do.
I know the one thing that's going to cause these groups to leave.
What's that?
If they think that what they want is no longer in that well. I can get it. I just need to find another way in.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Nice.
That is a
20.
20, not nat. I make a compelling case. I don't know. I think we need that though. We need the flower. You're right. If they just thought it was gone. What if I just told them it's gone? Hey, you over at the other end of the
Mayor,
bar.
Excuse Mr. Mayor.
Flower's gone.
No, alright.
Flower's gone. It's gone.
It's not going to work.
No one even knows what it is. It's all gone.
Stop it right now.
And that guy tips his drink back again and puts the glass on the counter. He's been saying that for a while now.
Hardly surprising. I think you're disrupting his way of life.
Yeah, I mean, you're threatening to blow up his town for some fucking flower. What's wrong with you?
Mr. Mayor, is that true? Have you been saying that for weeks?
Okay, a couple times I had that.
Alright,
That
listen.
idea.
What has happened to Clifmil? I visited here a few times in my youth, and I've always known Clifmil to be a hearty, resilient town. You're here saying that you need that plant. Why? Because it makes the weather nice. Listen, I don't know what it is exactly that makes things good. I'll wink at him here in Clifmil. But no matter what happens, Clifmil's true source of its power is its people, and you will bounce back no matter what happens. But first things first, we've got to get those people out of here. Your town is not very welcoming anymore. And the first thing that needs to happen is I need to get down into that well without anybody seeing me.
You know I always hated that fucking flower.
Why is that?
There are times when you own something and everyone wants it. You know what I mean? There are times when someone gives you a gift and all of your friends want it and then they stop being your friends. You know what I mean?
I think I do.
Yeah,
I
we
could
were
take
given
that.
the flower long ago to help protect it.
Yeah.
Because we were told some people would want it.
Right.
I'm tired of
Yeah,
that fucking
well-
thing.
We'll take it off your hands, and in exchange, we'll give you a stone of troll aversion. Maybe it'll come in handy next time a troll attacks your town.
That's sweet of you. I don't really care for it, but sure, that's fine.
All right. What can you tell me? I'll take this gift off your hands, and Clifmil can get back to normal.
And was there anything else you wanted to say, Charity, to the big guy? He seems kind of bored with the conversation and is leaving.
If he's heading out, I'll just sort of be like, I do think that there's a number that should make you consider letting other people take care of their own business.
What kind of number?
2,500.
That'd be, well, that's over 500 apiece.
I'm gonna smile. Oh no, you misunderstand me. 2,500 for each.
Well, that's... So what, about 10,000 for me and my friends?
In total, yes. Though it's not really how that works.
I mean, if I got that kind of coin, I'd
Oh,
leave.
I see the confusion. I wasn't referring to gold.
2,500 what?
I'm gonna take a sip of milk. That's the temperature at which that fancy metal on you will turn to liquid. And at this, my halos are starting to flicker. And I'm just gonna turn away from him.
Hey, it actually is Fahrenheit. Did you look that up?
Yes. I try to make sure my threats are scientifically accurate.
That's brilliant. He kind of shrugs and he puts his maul kind of on his back and it's like, well, seems like we got a fight out here. Well, join the wait. I'd say we're gonna be here a while. And he steps out.
As he does, I'm going to sort of call, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And I'm going to proceed to cast thaumaturgy to slam the door and slap him in the ass.
All right. You hear this clang as the door slaps him. And he's gone.
You guys, we should go find Vamaris.
And I'm gonna sort of sit. I assume there's sort of like not necessarily like stools at the bar, but there's seats sort of facing the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna sort of sit with still sort of my probably half full tankard of milk, and look at the barmaid. You seem to have.
Can I get you anything?
Oh yes, you certainly can.
What's that?
Answers. Answers to riddles in the dark.
Look, we're closing up kind of early tonight. Do you need a room or something?
I'm gonna sort of
Can I get you?
look at her. This is a beautiful building. Answers to riddles in the dark.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a
Maybe
very
you should-
bad
you and your
liar,
friends need to
but you
leave.
seem like a nice person. You say you're closing early. That could be permanent closure. One last time now. Answers to riddles in the dark.
Okay, listen, what do you want to know? I don't know anything.
Why did you react?
Look, there's people there's people that have wanted to make sure something has been hidden in our town. There's stories and prophecies that have been fabricated to make it seem like that flower has been here forever.
And in fact,
And in fact, it's only here, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And whatever put it here, it made sure that it covered its tracks. It's like whatever it was has been spinning a web of lies, misdirections, riddles.
when you say that it's been spinning a web, the pale spider,
Aye.
that wasn't the town's
Listen.
symbol until about 10 years ago either, was it?
Not exactly. I mean, it's been around for a while, but we sort of adopted it permanently about then.
On someone's suggestion or payment or threat?
All of the above.
And this figure that covered their tracks so well and spun this web, did they spin the web around the residents of this town too? Or do you know who it was?
No, I don't know. It was a man. He was powerful. He needed to hide something here. That's all I know.
If he was powerful, why did he need to hide it here?
Even the most powerful can't put all their eggs in one basket. I think he's had others, and he's hidden them.
I'm gonna sort of look at them. Do you know anything else about this man? Old, young, from here, from elsewhere?
No. He's from somewhere else. I don't know. He's not from around here. Human though. Had a monkey with him.
Did you ever hear him refer to the monkey by name? Did it seem like a pet?
It seemed like a pet of sorts. No, I don't remember his name.
Do we know someone who had a monkey with him?
Arbin,
Obviously, I'm not asking a Stormbringer.
Right? I think it was Arbin.
No, it was Ponway.
It's Ponway, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ponway and
You're right,
his
yeah,
little
Ponway.
spider monkey named Plea.
Yeah, his
Yes, I
spider
remember that.
monkey.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Look, I've told you all I can.
I'm gonna
I can't. We can't say any more.
hold up my hand. I have one more question which is not precisely related.
What's that?
You say that you cannot say any more. Can you answer for me if there's more to say?
I can tell you there's riddles in the dark, and I can't tell you what the riddles are. Does that make sense?
Is it because you're afraid to, or because you actually can't?
I don't know.
Do you feel confused?
Misdirection is, the misdirection and the lies and the confusion. It's rampant. I feel like I'm playing a part.
I'm gonna, can I give an insight check, particularly around this last part?
Sure.
See how I feel. How she's saying. That will be a 15 plus 4 for a 19 insight.
Ooh, very good. She definitely seems really genuinely scared. And also that she herself feels very, very confused about all of this.
And that would seem to match with what the most deadly creature in existence said about joining that group.
Yes.
That, like, he couldn't figure out their goddamn riddles anymore, and he wished he'd never let them get their hooks into him because it was messing him up mentally.
Right.
Wait, who said that?
The deadliest creature in existence.
About whatever this organization is.
Because he seemed to join them for the bounty on Corin.
Right.
Or, like, they required him to join to give the bounty to him. And then he also made reference to almost needing to, like, detox from the magical effects. Where it was, like, it then left just gaps in his memory, but he was no longer confused. I'm gonna say, but so I kind of feel like that's. I get that it is I get the feeling that it is she cannot say or does not know what to say, as opposed to she is specifically concealing something because she's afraid.
Right.
I mean, I understand. I apologize. Your name?
Everyone calls me Missy.
Missy. A lovely name.
Hey.
I'm going to hand her a gold piece.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I'm sorry about the threatening tone. This place truly is beautiful, and I believe you. I do not wish any harm to come to you, and if possible, I'd like to resolve all of, and I'll just sort of gesture in the direction of the square, all of that. The only other
If you could, we'd be so grateful.
The only other thing, Missy, that I wish to ask then, they've currently surrounded that well with a great deal of magician's fire, and while I'm generally okay with fire, I'd rather not collapse the whole thing. Is there any other way that I could get there?
I don't know, but if anyone knows, it'd be him. She kind of nods over to the mayor, who's now just kind of splashing water on his face, kind of shaking it.
I'll nod, and I'll look at her. I'm like, thank you. How much would a couple of rooms be a night?
A gold piece a person.
I'll hand her 8 gold.
Okay.
And say, here, this is for you, whether we use it or not. But, if any of those louts come in, you can let them know that we look like we're settling in for a long time.
I will. I hope you know what you're doing.
And Missy, we'll do our best to drive them off.
Appreciate it.
Just prefer to do it without engulfing this town in a hellstorm of fire.
If it's all possible.
Engulfing them in a hailstorm of fire sounds quite nice, though. Thank you. Are the rooms just upstairs, then?
Aye.
Thank you. And at this, I'm going to walk over to the mayor.
What can I do for you?
Access to the well without going through the well?
Yeah,
No,
we were just
no.
talking about that. Come on, tell us.
What's in it for me? Huh?
Your town isn't reduced to a smoking
What does
cinder.
it matter? But what's it matter if you get it or they get it?
Because they've
You're
been
gonna
here.
fight on the way out.
Because-
Destroy half the town.
They've been here pissing away 2 weeks because they're too stupid to think. I want to get it and go away. I'll be happy to shout at them from the edge of town, "Got the flower, fuck you all, come chase me." and get them to move away. But if there's a way in that doesn't involve the well, we can get out that way too.
I can show you the door, and I can't tell you how to unlock it. Because I don't know.
That is enough. Thank you.
Follow me.
I'll smile at Missy as we head out.
You step out. It's still raining pretty hard, and it's now evening. And you watch him sort of go along the coastline. It's still misty. It's still a bit foggy. Some lamp lights are now being lit. All the curtains are being sort of shut, so that no light really can escape the buildings as you pass by them.
I assume Stormbringer is coming with us.
Yeah.
I was just like, is that token leave behind significant?
So he steps into this kind of small alley that Stormbringer you really have to squeeze into.
Why are people so tiny here?
Unlocks a door and steps through one of the larger kind of mansion-ish places. It looks like town hall.
Does it look like that, or is it labeled that?
It's not labeled at all, but it definitely looks like this. So he steps in. You see a few halfling servants kind of scurry out of the way, like they were cleaning, and now that someone's here, they need to be out of sight. He steps up kind of a marble staircase that has a red carpet on it. Goes to the top floor. Unsheaths a sword from a statue of armor, and the statue itself bows and walks aside on its own. Behind it is a small kind of crack in the wall that again Stormbringer could barely squeeze through, and it goes what looks down into a spiral staircase below. Down at the bottom of the staircase, there's a door, and it's got a little sigil on it, like you're supposed to put in a key or something. I've never been able to unlock it. I don't know where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's underground enough that it would lead to whatever's under the well.
Have you tried getting someone really big to hit it really hard?
I have.
Well, did they hit it hard enough?
Well, no, it's still locked. That's all I got, though.
I can hit harder then.
We might
be my guest.
We might also check to see if we could just unlock the thing. I'm gonna look at and back out the same way.
He'd come up the stairs, knock 3 times on the back of the armor. He'll move for you.
Very good. As I've said, if possible, we will resolve this so that people go away.
Oh, we'd be so grateful for you. Just take all of this away. If you ever meet that pale spider, tell him we want no more gifts. We don't need his money. His protection, we can do just fine on our own.
I'll nod. Yes, I think that I'll have many things to say to the pale spider.
So do you descend the staircase?
One last thing, Mr. Mayor.
Aye.
If we go down there, this town hall isn't going to turn into a jail cell when we come back up, is it?
No. No, I don't think so.
Right. Yeah, just checking.
Oddly specific. Okay.
Thank you. Alright, I'm ready to go when you are. I'll look at Charity and Stormbringer.
Yeah.
Alright, you squeeze through the crack and descend the staircase that, as you progress down, gets very cold very quickly.
Before we even do that, actually, I'm gonna wait until the statue moves back, and then, or the suit of armor, and knock 3 times on the back of it and make sure it opens.
It does, yeah. It opens. It looks behind it, and it kind of asks you to come through.
I'll sort of shake my head at it, just checking.
It kind of like looks a little frustrated. It goes back into its position.
And when I knocked on it, does it just feel like a suit of armor?
Yeah.
So worst
Clang, clang.
to worst comes to worst, I'm pretty sure that like Stormbringer could blow her way through this thing.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's more about hiding it than
sealing it.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I'll sort of slowly head down the stairs, I guess. I think I'd probably also light a torch.
Okay. Yeah. You light a torch, Stormbringer and Burbage, you can see. It is dark in here, and as you descend, it definitely gets a lot colder. And just where you think you're underground, maybe only like 10 or 15 feet, you come to a stop of the staircase, and there's a large, ornately carved marble door in front of you. It has the figure of a spider, its legs all sort of pointing downward toward what looks to be a small circular keyhole, not much bigger than like a coin.
Does it actually seem like a keyhole, or does it seem like just like a recess?
Yeah, kind of like a recess in it, but you can see that several locks are coming off of that recess.
Burbage is gonna furrow his brow a bit at this, and then very casually and curiously, he's going to at least if I'm not mistaken here, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. He is going to pull out a coin that he has.
Yeah.
And see if it fits in that spot.
Is it just any coin, or is it a special kind of
It's
coin?
a specific coin that he has been curious about ever since the waterfall. He has
Sounds good.
not been entirely clear, it's not been entirely clear to him why he has this coin. And
the coin itself fits perfectly in the recess.
And if they are watching, if Charity and Stormbringer see this, they will see what coin this is, and that might be interesting to them.
It is the stranger's coin,
but it is not.
But it is not the party's one.
You're going to see Charity pat a pocket, and like his eyes almost sort of spasm, because it seems like he's simultaneously trying to narrow his eyes and they're going wide with surprise. Which I think kind of looks like he just like bit into a very, very tart lemon.
So the coin definitely fits in the recess. Burbage, you push it in, and you hear and several locks seem to be dismantling. The door itself kind of almost like kind of jolts forward just a little bit, and then very quickly goes and starts to kind of slide open on very, very large metal hinges. It appears you've unlocked the door.
Huh. So that's what that was for.
Burbage, where did you get that?
Oh, what? I don't know. It's just this weird coin I have. I must have found it somewhere. Can I take it out of the lock, or does it need to stay in there?
You can't take it out. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty stuck in there at the moment.
So on a concern level of 1 to 10, I've now moved to a 15 on who the stranger is.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Right. You know what? I have noticed the last several days when I'm looking at the coin. Yeah, it did remind me of the coin that we got. Huh, I wonder why I have this.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Where did we fall on telling him about things, Charity? Did we fall on not?
We're holding it a tentative knot.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, what?
Nothing.
you
Let's
think
go
this
find
has-
Vamaris.
You think it has to do with... Alright, yeah.
Our family
let's
is
go
in
find
there.
Vamaris.
Poor... I was going to say scared cat, but probably largely indifferent to the world, because really when you take Vamaris and then put him in cat form, it's just like multiplying indifference by indifference.
That took me a few seconds to process, but that is very good. Multiplying indifference by indifference. Burbage will grin at that and say, yeah, alright, let's go find him.
All right. You go through the door. You start
I was like,
heading
wait,
down
who's
the
in
hallway.
front of us now?
Like, you start heading down a hallway. Up ahead, the torchlight is just coming on, sort of, so that Burbage and Stormbringer can see, but you can see Charity very clearly. Up ahead of you is a figure standing in the middle of a hallway next to two open doors. And as you approach, you see that it's Vamaris, now kind of standing there next to a couple open doors.
We figured out a way down.
Vamaris! We came to find you!
He's still just kind of staring straight ahead.
Vamaris.
Is straight
I
ahead...
can't see anything.
Is straight ahead this way, or...
Charity, do you have a torch, you said?
Yeah.
Turn
Which-
my
I
lights
feel like
on.
I'm
Thank
seeing
you.
maybe more than I should.
I don't know how you
This
move.
ominous.
Terrible things! Horrible things!
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I see everything. I see it all.
I see everything. Is this what God feels like?
Okay. Yeah, so you see Vamaris, and he's just sort of staring through this doorway. And he doesn't quite say anything to you at the moment.
And he's looking out this way.
Yeah, he's kind of looking to the right a little
Okay.
bit.
I'll probably actually, like, hand the torch to one of Stormbringer or Burbage, because I don't need it to see.
Yeah.
And we're like, Maris? Everything okay, buddy?
He sort of jerks awake. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. No, no, it's not okay. It's really, really not okay.
What isn't?
And at this kind of a large amount of kind of mist and steam sort of roll through the halls and kind of hit you a little bit. And it's actually very warm. It's really almost hot at this point.
Does the not okay have to do with that?
It has to do with them. And he's pointing now ahead, kind of off to the right.
I'll move slightly forward so I have the same vantage point he does.
With your torchlight and your dark vision,
I have dark vision.
there are two figures up ahead. And as they sort of turn and look at you, the first thing you see is their incredibly wide, grinning smiles. These are the individuals from the caravan that simply smiled wide at you.
The ASMR.
That weren't
We should
ASMR.
have just killed everyone who was weird.
Wait, yeah, they were ASMR.
No, they look like ASMR.
They looked like ASMR. But I tried to
Oh.
use a spell that would have affected ASMR, and they were the ones where it didn't work.
Oh, right.
And
So they were not
moderate.
humanoid.
Oh, no.
I think you know what's coming.
I don't.
That concludes tonight's.
I did.
That concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com. Follow us on Twitter at helpfulgoat, or check us out on Facebook page at Helpful Goat Gaming. Thank you so much for everyone for playing. Thank you for watching. Please don't miss the next one, which will be in 2 weeks. And with that, from everyone on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, that was so cool.